Okay, for this last exercise, we are going to learn how to use the gap tool and some more effects and also live corner effects. Live corner effects sounds exciting. Okay, so first I need to make sure my layers panel is open because a lot of these layers are hiding. So the first one that we're going to work with is the inset photos. I'm turning the visibility icon on and off so you can see it flashing. I'm going to zoom in. Grab my hand tool. Okay, so gap tool is right in the first section of tools here, the fourth one down, and it helps you move the gap between images like this. You just gotta play with it to see what it does. That's when you just click and drag. And then if you were to hold, let me go Control Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. Whoops. Forward in time. Okay. You can also go forward in time. Redo, move. Okay. You can hold the command while using it and expand the gap between images or decrease the gap. Or you can, going back in time, hold Alt or Option. So Option if you have a Mac, Alt if you have a PC, and then do this. Which doesn't seem so different from the Move tool if I had selected two images, but anyway, whoops. That's what the gap tool does, and I actually think I'm going to use that to help me with when I'm using a lot of little images on something like this. I do that with brochures. I have a lot of little images and they all need to be evenly spaced, and sometimes I need to move them, and that sounds really useful. There's another tool here. Oh yes, the text frame effects. I'm sorry, it's called live corner effects, and it's when you highlight an object. So I highlighted this one right here. Whoops, I'm gonna go back. Up in your control panel, there's the option. If you hold Alt or Option on your keyboard and then you click on that little icon, you can get the corner options dialog. Whereas if you just go down to here and you click, it applies everything to all four sides. It applies that option to all four sides. For some reason, it looks like it's only applying it to three for whatever reason. I don't know. Must be some sort of setting. But anyway, I'm going to put it in none because I just want to do the right corner. So again, I'm going to hold Alt or Option, click, and then change it to the inverse rounded, and looks like that. And that's exactly what they want. And I'm going to go ahead and select the rest, do the same thing. Inverse rounded. Okay. A couple things with effects that I actually skipped, but I want to go over. So if you select this American country object with the text inside the text frame, you can actually choose under apply effect to object whether you wanted to apply the effect to the object, the stroke, the fill, or the text. And in this case, we don't want to apply it to everything, we just want it to apply to the text. So select text and then go effects, and then we're going to do a bevel and emboss on the text. And I'm just going to leave it at the default setting, but you can change things to whatever you want. But I think in the book it just left it at the default, and hit OK. And then another thing is for the starburst up here, they wanted to rotate the degree. So make sure that your proxy is in the center so it just turns from its center axis and not some random position. And then we're going to go over to the, what is this thing called? Rotation angle. And just input -16 and then hit enter to give it a tilt. Now if you were to put it here, let's see, from a different point and then do -16, it'll move a little differently. It'll move on that point right there. So I'm gonna go back in time. So make sure where the proxy is when you're scaling or rotating something.